What if you could use one of the world's most famous penetration testing frameworks to understand Android security? In this video, we're exploring Metasploit for Android, what it is, how security professionals use it, and what you should know before testing an Android device. Important: everything shown in this video is for authorized security testing and education only. Never test a device, account, or network that you don't own or have explicit permission to access. What is Metasploit? Metasploit is a penetration testing framework widely used by cybersecurity professionals and researchers. It provides modules for vulnerability research, security testing, payload analysis, and post-exploitation in controlled environments. When Android is involved, Metasploit can help researchers understand how a vulnerable application or device could potentially be abused. The important word here is vulnerable. Modern Android versions include multiple security layers, including application sandboxing, permissions, verified boot, encryption, and additional protections that make unauthorized compromise much harder than many online videos suggest. How Android testing works in an ethical hacking lab: the process usually starts with reconnaissance. A tester identifies the Android version, installed applications, exposed services, and other relevant information. Next comes vulnerability assessment. The goal isn't simply to hack the phone. Instead, the tester looks for weaknesses that could create security risks. Metasploit can then be used as part of a controlled assessment to validate whether a known vulnerability is actually exploitable. This should always happen on a test device, emulator, or dedicated lab environment. Android lab setup: if you're learning Android penetration testing, one of the safest approaches is to create a virtual laboratory. You can use an Android emulator or a dedicated test phone that contains no personal information. Connect your test environment to an isolated network and keep it separate from your everyday devices. You can then study how Android applications communicate, how permissions work, and how security vulnerabilities are discovered and fixed. This approach gives you hands-on experience without putting someone else's device or data at risk. What Metasploit teaches you: the real value of Metasploit isn't just running an exploit. It helps you understand the entire security process. First, you learn how vulnerabilities are identified. Second, you learn how security researchers reproduce vulnerabilities in controlled environments. Third, you can observe what happens when a security weakness is successfully validated. And finally, you learn how defenders can detect and prevent those attacks. For example, if a vulnerable application allows unauthorized access to sensitive functionality, a security tester can document the issue and recommend fixes such as updating the application, improving permissions, validating input, or removing the vulnerable component. Common myths: there are several myths surrounding Android hacking. One common myth is that Metasploit can automatically hack any Android phone. That's simply not true. Another misconception is that knowing someone's phone number is enough to compromise their device. In reality, successful attacks generally depend on specific vulnerabilities, misconfigurations, social engineering, exposed services, or other attack conditions. Modern Android security also changes constantly, which means techniques that worked against older versions may no longer work today. How to stay safe for Android users: the best defenses are straightforward. Keep Android and your applications updated. Only install applications from trusted sources. Review application permissions regularly. Use a strong device lock and enable available security features. And avoid opening suspicious links or installing unknown APK files. For organizations and developers, regular security testing can help identify vulnerabilities before attackers discover them. Metasploit is powerful, but its real purpose in cybersecurity education is understanding vulnerabilities so they can be fixed. If you want more ethical hacking, Android security, Kali Linux, and cybersecurity content, like this video, subscribe, and turn on notifications. And remember, learn hacking to defend, test only with permission, and stay ethical.